how's it going?
Great. Why? What have you heard?
Ryan Reynolds stepped onto the stage of Saturday Night Live's 50th anniversary special with a swagger that many have come to expect from the star. In a moment that would soon spark outrage, he delivered a seemingly offhand remark, a joke loaded with implications. The comment, designed to be light and humorous, instead reverberated with a darker subtext as it referenced a scandal involving Blake Lively and the accusations against Justin Baldoni. In that split second, what was meant to be a playful quip turned into a lightning rod for controversy, setting the stage for a chain of events that no one in the room or the viewing public could have predicted. The timing of the joke could not have been worse. Fresh and painful allegations regarding inappropriate behavior by Justin Baldoni had only recently come to light, casting a long shadow over any attempt at levity. As tensions were still raw and emotions high, Ryan's comment was delivered without the necessary sensitivity. It was as if a ticking time bomb had been triggered on live television, where every word and every pause was magnified under the harsh spotlight of public opinion. The atmosphere was charged with unspoken disapproval, and the context made it clear that the moment was far too delicate for such irreverence. Adding to the gravity of the situation, the backdrop of scandal had left the audience on high alert. Every viewer, from industry insiders to everyday fans, was acutely aware of the fresh wounds still healing from the recent revelations. In such a charged environment, even a seemingly harmless quip could be misconstrued as a blatant disregard for the severity of the allegations. The stage, usually a platform for clever banter, suddenly became a forum for deep-seated discontent and empathy for those affected. The precarious balance between humor and sensitivity had been disastrously upset, making it clear that the moment demanded more than a casual joke. It demanded careful, respectful handling. Moreover, the repercussions of this ill-timed remark were immediately evident in the palpable shift in mood both on stage and across social media. The joke arrived at a time when public sentiment was already inflamed, with every news outlet and online commentator dissecting the scandal with intensity.
You know, if I can look at it, and I can look through it, and I can see truth, and the client's telling the truth, and I'm hearing truth from others, you know, what are we afraid of? What are we afraid of? Put it out there. Put the receipts out there. You have them.
In that split second, the opportunity for humor was overshadowed by a collective call for accountability and understanding. The delivery, lacking the nuance required in such a fragile moment, underscored how misjudged timing can amplify a mistake exponentially. The ensuing wave of criticism, fueled by the charged atmosphere, set in motion a series of events that would further deepen the controversy and heighten the stakes for everyone involved. What followed the joke was a palpable shift in the room's energy. Instead of the raucous laughter one might expect from a well-timed SNL moment, an uneasy silence fell over the audience. Hollywood's biggest names, seated among the glittering lights and cameras, exchanged awkward glances. The energy in the studio morphed into one of discomfort and tension, as if everyone was collectively holding their breath. Notable figures known for their discerning humor and professionalism visibly recoiled, leaving Ryan and his co-host, Blake Lively, to grapple with the stark reality of their misstep. The silence spoke volumes, marking the moment as one of regret and disquiet. Almost immediately, the reverberations of the joke extended beyond mere social discomfort. Justin Baldoni's legal team, led by the assertive lawyer Brian Friedman, wasted no time in condemning the remark. Friedman's statement was sharp and unyielding, framing Ryan's comment not as a harmless jest, but as a callous dismissal of a very serious matter. With piercing clarity, he questioned how someone could trivialize allegations that had deeply affected those involved. His words cut through the post-show chatter, emphasizing that this was not just a misjudged moment on stage, but potentially the opening salvo of a protracted legal and public relations battle that threatened to upend careers. As the news spread beyond the confines of the SNL studio, the digital world erupted in debate. Social media platforms became the battleground where fans, celebrities, and critics alike voiced their opinions. Tweets, posts, and comment threads exploded with anger, disbelief, and disappointment. Many accused Ryan Reynolds of insensitivity, arguing that the joke was not only poorly timed, but also deeply offensive given the gravity of the allegations.
Unaware of anybody, frankly, whose wife has been sexually harassed and has made jokes about that type of situation.
The rapid-fire exchange of opinions on platforms like Twitter and Instagram amplified the backlash, turning what might have been a momentary lapse into a full-blown public relations nightmare. The online community was divided, with some calling for accountability and others defending the intent behind the humor. For years, Ryan Reynolds had cultivated an image of charm, wit, and unflappable cool, traits that made him a darling of both audiences and advertisers alike. However, the fallout from this SNL moment threatened to erode that carefully crafted persona. What was once seen as a harmless, if cheeky remark now loomed as a potential turning point in his career. Industry insiders began to question whether his offhand humor masked a deeper disregard for sensitive issues. The immediate damage was clear. Fans who had once celebrated his candid charm were now reevaluating their support, and major brands began to reassess the risks associated with being affiliated with him. The line between a beloved star and a public pariah had suddenly grown alarmingly thin. While Ryan's misstep captured headlines, Blake Lively was not spared from the controversy's collateral damage. Once synonymous with grace and reliability, Blake's image now faced scrutiny from both the public and industry insiders. Given her association with the scandal through her past accusations against Justin Baldoni, the repercussions of Ryan's joke threatened to deepen her own challenges. Critics argued that the couple's on-screen chemistry and carefully managed public personas were now under a microscope, with every action and word subject to intense speculation. The risk for Blake extended beyond immediate public backlash. It struck at the core of her brand, potentially jeopardizing future roles and lucrative endorsements that had long been the bedrock of her career. The situation placed Blake in an extremely precarious position, as she now had to navigate the fallout while striving to preserve her carefully cultivated image.
Single dad. I'm a Reeve McEntire song. Single dad, doing it, just doing it for them, right? Took them all to the park, told them mommy left when they were young.
With the media and fans dissecting her every move, Blake found herself under dual scrutiny. First for the scandal linked to her name, and now for any perceived complicity in lightening the gravity of the accusations through humor. Industry insiders warned that even the slightest misstep in her public responses could further tarnish her reputation, making it increasingly difficult to recover the image of a trusted, elegant star. In a climate where every word is weighed, Blake's future projects and endorsements are at risk of being reevaluated under a harsher lens. Hollywood is a world built on perception, and this controversy was rapidly reshaping how the industry viewed one of its once perfect couples. The narrative that Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively were the embodiment of the modern, scandal-free star had been a cornerstone of their appeal. Now, however, a palpable shift was occurring. Producers, directors, and studio executives started to view them with caution, a far cry from the admiration they once commanded. The incident cast a long shadow over their professional reputations, leading many to wonder if this was the beginning of a steep decline. In boardrooms and casting meetings across the country, the stars' future collaborations began to look increasingly uncertain as the industry weighed the potential fallout from associating with figures now seen as high risk. Beyond the realm of public opinion, the repercussions of the joke threatened to unfold in the courtroom as well as in the balance sheets of major studios. Legal experts warned that Ryan Reynolds could soon find himself embroiled in a drawn-out legal battle that would force him to account for every word uttered on that fateful night. The possibility of depositions, court hearings, and intense media scrutiny loomed large, each with the potential to further tarnish his reputation. Financial implications were equally alarming. The prospect of lost endorsement deals, diminished box office draws, and a long-term decline in marketability raised the specter of millions of dollars in damages. For an actor whose career had been a textbook case of consistent success, this scenario was as frightening as it was unprecedented. In the wake of the controversy, both Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively now stand at a crossroads, their futures clouded by uncertainty. The path to redemption in Hollywood is fraught with challenges, and once the public's favor has shifted, winning it back can be an uphill battle. Industry analysts speculated on the myriad ways the couple might attempt to salvage their image, be it through heartfelt apologies, strategic public appearances, or even the promise of change in how they handle sensitive topics. Yet, the scars from this incident may prove too deep to mend quickly. The very elements that once made them Hollywood's golden couple, their spontaneity, charm, and perceived authenticity, are now under a microscope, potentially leading to a prolonged period of scrutiny and doubt. As the legal and PR battles loom on the horizon, the question remains, can they truly recover, or has this controversy irrevocably altered the trajectory of their careers?